Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having an incredible day. To start things off, Bitcoin needs to hit 340,000 US dollars just to match its performance from its last halving cycle. In a Twitter series on the 20th of August, popular statistics resource Charts BTC noted that Bitcoin still has huge room for growth at current levels of around 11,700 US dollars. Comparing lows, highs, and halving prices from its two previous halving cycles, Charts BTC puts the difference between peaks at 36x for the 2012 cycle and 17x for the 2016 cycle. In order to repeat even more modest cycle success, BTC to the US dollar would have to trade at 340,000 US dollars, 36x from its last cycle's high. Bitcoin's all-time record of 20,000 comes to, oh my gosh. That means if we had the same X, then Bitcoin's future value would be 720,000 US dollars. Comparing cycle lows, the results are even more dramatic. The smallest jump of, is that 13x or 130x? I feel like that's still a, okay, from the previous cycle would deliver a Bitcoin price of 400,000 US dollars. Running the same diagnosis for Bitcoin's price at the time of its halving events, the price target is 250,000 US dollars. And to be fair, this is actually the number that we've heard multiple times. We get this swing anywhere from 100K to 250K. And I think the 250K comes out to the nearing the next halving. They said the multiples from prior cycles applied to the current one arrive at highs between 250K. What? The multiples from prior cycles applied to the current one arrive at highs between $250,000 and $1.6 million in the next 18 months. Okay, the account noted that while the math does add up, there is little evidence which demands that such levels really do. Wow, the world is already, I mean, economically, the world's crumbling. So I could, possibly foresee a future. I don't think Bitcoin's hitting $1.6 million in the next 18 months. I just don't have a feeling. So wow, that's crazy. The amount of price predictions that we have floating around are just not obscene. There's just a lot of them. We haven't even, and I saw somebody else mention this in the comment section before. They were like, we haven't even hit 20K again. Like, where are people getting all these crazy numbers from? By the end of this year, so say the analysts, by the end of this year, we should have a Bitcoin price of 50,000 US dollars. A lot of people believe that we are currently, if you want to give it a time slot, still in 2016-esque time. Bitcoin had its halving in 2016. The market began to slowly move up, but not really move up. It was just kind of regaining where it had previously been before. And then by January of 2017, that's when things kind of went on that rocket. And this is why they still believe it's 2016 time frame wise, that Bitcoin's price will go up. But just a smidge, if you will. But apparently next year is supposed to be the crazy rocket year because according to charts, the halving happens in 2012, 2016, and the following year is when everything kind of goes completely ballistic. Because I'm pretty sure it was 2013 where Bitcoin went from $10 to $1,200. I think that was the number. In 2016, we went from $200 in 2016 to 20,000 by the end of 2017. I would love nothing more than for Bitcoin to hit $1.6 million. However, this means that the world's economy is actually just graham crackers in your hand. Like it is nothing. It is just dust floating in the wind. I would like to believe, or rather, I see us hitting 50K to 100K. I think that with the amount of interest that we have in the market and the amount of accumulation that we have in the market, I think we're going to hit there. Me, myself, personally, I am not psychicking it. I just simply see a future, possibly by next year, where we are definitely over 50K, if not nearing 100K. I think we have a couple more halvings. I dare say 2 more halvings before we hit a $1.6 million Bitcoin. But I would not be mad. I will tell you that much right now. Anyway, that's the Bitcoin price news, I guess. There's not really much price, like normal price news floating around right now, just simply because the market is kind of where it was like 2 days ago. So it's like, it's not down, but it's slightly up. Some of the altcoins are moving back up rapidly in price, which we're going to get into in a couple of seconds. Anyway, that's the Bitcoin 300K, 400K, 250K, or 1.6 million seems just a bit obscene. I mean, I guess nothing's out of the realm of possibility, especially with this year. And without further ado, let's move on. In what news? The native token for OmiseGO has more than doubled in the past week, as record Ethereum fees have led some investors to look to layer 2 solutions. You don't say. OmiseGO tokens have gone from have increased 115% from $1.70 to $3.65 in the past 7 days. Does it even have it here? Maybe it's on this one. So yeah, it's here and also there. Here's what's been happening. Stablecoin issuer Tether is today moving 1 billion Tether tokens, or 8% of its total supply, from Tron to the Ethereum blockchain. Tether CTO Paolo Ardoino told The Block that a cryptocurrency exchange is willing to swap part of its tethers from the TRC20 to the ERC20. Ardoino declined to name the exchange, but The Block has learned that it's most likely Binance, and Binance did not respond. What have you. With the chain swap, Tether's supply on Ethereum will now increase to 8.5 billion Tether from the current 7.5 billion. Simultaneously, the supply on Tron will decrease from 4.3 billion to 3.3 billion. The total current supply of Tether is over 13 billion Tether. That is obscene. There's a little crazy chart right there. It's worth noting that the stablecoin chain swaps generally occur when users demand to trade on one blockchain instead of another. I personally think that the swap is probably, and I don't know what's happening with Tron. I noticed a lot of people who used to be Tron heads, Tron workers, Tron guys, really love the Tron. I don't hear from them anymore at all. Like, I don't hear a peep. I think a lot of that has morphed into like Chainlink and VeChain and a couple of other wacky coins. It could be that, no, I'm not going to speculate, but it's probably on the other side because the people from Tether probably had a discussion. This is me assuming, probably had a discussion with the people from Ethereum as to the likelihood of an upgrade of Ethereum 2.0 sometime soon, if not this year. And they were like, okay, cool. If you're going to do it, you're going to have this many transactions. And they look through the code and they go, okay, we'll definitely swap to your blockchain then. Transferring $1 billion worth of value to another blockchain doesn't simply happen because you're like, okay, I like the word Ethereum better than the word Tron. Like, no, that's a huge amount of money that you're moving around. Here's the other news. Yesterday, Tether also went live on the OmiseGO network. OmiseGO is also built on top of Ethereum. To reduce congestion on the Ethereum blockchain, Tether now works on 7 blockchains. It's Algorand, Ethereum, EOS, Liquid, Omni, OmiseGO, and Tron. So this appears to be the reason why OmiseGO doubled in price. Assuming people probably had news early on before the actual move happened yesterday that this was going to be taking place. They probably looked through the code. OmiseGO is also, I forgot how many transactions per second they're capable of. I don't remember all these. I just don't remember all the numbers. But it's a very popular chain. They were creating Plasma before as an upgrade method for Ethereum. They just rebranded simply as OMG, which I'm still going to call it OmiseGO because it's clearly OmiseGO. Like what? The point is, yeah. So OmiseGO doubled in price. Tether has moved more of their coins onto Ethereum and also onto OmiseGO, have moved their coins, some of them, off of Tron. And I assume that by the end of this year, we will probably have Tether on 10 different blockchains, just assuming. They've been doing a very rapid move across all of these things. And I'm pretty sure Liquid is also Bitcoin, if I'm not mistaken. I think Liquid is the Lightning Network version for cryptocurrency exchanges. So anyway, yeah, it looks like I wonder where this is all leading, because these moves, these money moves, as I'm going to call them, are happening because they probably, assumption, see more of a future for Ethereum than Tron. Just throwing that out there. Same exact thing with OmiseGO, but we get very few news about OmiseGO as far as like what they're going to be doing. And maybe they're still, I have no idea. I'm just assuming too much now. Anyway, the point is, yeah, a lot of crazy stuff happening right now. A lot of big money being moved around. And without further ado, let's move on. In news, this is also incredibly popular, so I chose this one. On Wednesday, tech giant Apple became the first U.S. company to reach a market cap of over $2 trillion US. Apple shares hit the mark by surpassing $467 US early on its trading session, and then extending gains into the afternoon and closed 0.13% up. After hours, Apple slightly took a decline. Now many people wonder how long it'll take for Apple to reach the $3 trillion valuation. And I'm going to even just stop it right here. Apple stock is up by almost 55% this year alone. I need answers really bad as to how long this run up in the stock market is going to go on. Keeping all of this in mind, and I want to give you one really big point. During 19, for about a good 3 to 4 months, I don't know if you all remember because it just happened 10 weeks ago, Apple and many other places didn't even have their stores open. Like, they were closed. And they also recorded like crazy revenue numbers that really weren't that sensational because, all their stores were closed. And then they opened up some stores again, and they've actually reclosed a couple of stores around the world because, 19. So how they got to a $2 trillion valuation during all of this happening is, I need answers. Like, I need something to actually make sense this year in order for everything to really sit well with me. And now people are talking about a $3 trillion valuation. It says by 2023, but I mean, let's just be honest with ourselves as far as everything that's been going on. Anyway, this was very popular news, and I mean extremely popular. I guess because, Apple's now worth more than a cluster of countries on this planet. And I have more to say, but that's that. Oh boy, oh gosh, here we go. The DeFi space continues to amaze. Last week, keeping in mind, the field was taken by a storm by an experimental protocol called YAM. For those of you who don't know what a YAM is, that's a sweet potato. That attracted around $600 million in total value locked inside of it in less than 2 days. $600 million into a sweet potato in less than 2 days because it had the word DeFi in it. Now, despite YAM's downfall, after having $600 million locked into it after 2 days, investors are putting big money in another meme protocol called spaghetti money to farm its native token called pasta. I really wanted this to be a joke. I checked to see if it was the 1st of April, and it wasn't. And it broke my heart so much. Meme coins and yield farming are likely what 2020 will be remembered for in the cryptocurrency space, which is a shame. Because imagine if all this money had simply flown into Bitcoin. How much of a different market we would have and how much stronger Bitcoin's price would be. The newest DeFi craze is a protocol called Spaghetti Money, and it presents various yield farming opportunities rewarded in its native cryptocurrency known as PASTA. Launched less than 3 days ago, the protocol has already attracted around $245 million of staked capital spread across 8 different protocols, much like YAM. I need answers, like really bad, because I'm afraid that the next coin that's going to come out is going to be called Poop, and I worry that they're going to surpass the $600 million in 2 days. Well, if nothing else, this is clearly reflecting the ICO craze. I wonder why people continue doing these things to themselves. I think the news that we had before was that 400 million was locked in YAM, and then the protocol, according to the internet, was not doing well, fell down, broke its leg. I don't know what actually happened to it. And now people are pumping their money into pasta. You know how much money $245 million is to get that over the course of 3 days? Oh boy. So it looks like December is going to be a really big time frame. If this whole time I've been correct and we are in 2017 all over again, a very warped 2017, but 2017 nonetheless, and we get to December and Bitcoin's price is going parabolic, as the kids like to say, and then in January everything kind of falls back down, we're going to have a lot more videos of people sitting in their cars and crying and stuff like that. Like, what? I don't even... They're naming them after food. Okay. Well, from yam to spaghetti, and then from poop to... What's another really weird name we can name another coin? I don't even know. I don't even want to say something out loud because there probably will be made a coin after that. Alrighty, everyone. Let's move on before I have an aneurysm. Next up, the IOTA project has successfully completed its chrysalis upgrade, enabling the network to handle up to 1,000 transactions per second. This is 50 times faster than the previous 20 transactions per second. According to an August 19th blog post from the IOTA Foundation, IOTA 1.5, known as Chrysalis, is now live. The upgrade is designed to be an intermediate stage before the removal of the coordinator for the IOTA network. The coordinator is a centralized server managed by IOTA and checks transaction history, yada yada. Under Chrysalis, the confirmation time of transactions for tokens on IOTA reduced to 4 seconds, at least 8 times faster than before. It's also possible the network may soon be able to handle more than 1,000 transactions per second. During community testing, they said that they got up to 1,500 transactions per second. Cool. So apparently IOTA has upgraded to Chrysalis. They can do 1,000 transactions per second. It's really funny. I had no idea that they were only capable of 20 transactions per second before. I wonder if this will have an actual effect on the price of IOTA, simply because they have a lot of different partnerships with really big companies who said that they were going to be using their Tangle, and keeping in mind that was when they had 20 transactions per second. So will we start getting news that the companies are going to officially start using their Tangle chain because they're faster now? Anyway, good for them. They managed to stay out of the news for a while and then got back into it, and now they're upgraded. This is definitely the upgrade year. We haven't heard about Tron's, was it 4.0 upgrade? I thought that was also supposed to be happening. We have Bitcoin's halving. We're supposed to be having Ethereum 2.0, and there's another coin that's also upgrading relatively soon as well. I don't remember. Anyway, yeah, good job, IOTA, on making yourself quicker than you were before. Yeah. Next up, Litecoin, long called the digital silver, has strong developments lined up to ensure the token's long-term growth. This was said by Charlie Lee. Some of these include a Litecoin-branded debit card, Grayscale's Litecoin Trust, and the much-awaited rollout of Mimblewimble, the privacy implementation of Litecoin, led by a Grin developer. He said in the tweet, tons of great Litecoin news, Litecoin Visa card, the Grayscale Trust, privacy fungibility with Mimblewimble testnet soon, hash rate up 50% this year, transactions up 100% this year, total address is up 400% since August of 2017, and $500 million sent per day. And then there's a GIF of Vegeta, I guess him being the silver to Goku's gold. But Vegeta was always the cooler character anyway. Charlie Lee pointed out the following developments for Litecoin today, and he said all those things. Today represented technical, or is today Grayscale, 125 Litecoin. All right, yeah, so cool. Apparently a lot more is in the wings for Litecoin. I'm sure this maybe made one or two people kind of happy. Litecoin's been around for a while, but they've taken a backseat approach to marketing themselves, while many other coins have come out adamantly and they're waving a flag. Look at us, look at us, look at our coin. Litecoin has kind of taken a backseat, and I guess it has to do with Charlie Lee not trying to be the head mascot for the coin, because before, I think the news was in 2017, if he tweeted something, Litecoin's price would rise. If he didn't tweet, the price would drop. So yeah. All right. Good job, Litecoin. Lot of altcoin news today. OmiseGO, IOTA, Litecoin, YAM, Spaghetti. Good for them. Let's move on. Next up, where are the words? The former governor of the Reserve Bank of India and the former chief economist of the International Monetary Fund, Raghuram Rajan, said Thursday he sees Bitcoin and central bank digital currencies working alongside each other, according to CNBC. You don't say. Rajan, currently a finance professor at the University of Chicago, is known for predicting the 2008 recession. In 2007, logically he'd have to predict it before, and spearheading India's economic recovery in the past decade. And his long-term outlook for Bitcoin is positive, if not a replacement for fiat currencies. What? He said Bitcoin is a little bit like gold. In fact, gold has some value because we value it for jewelry. But with Bitcoin, you can't even do that. Nevertheless, it has value because others think it has value. No, Bitcoin has value because you're able to transact in it any time of day, wherever you want, without needing to be permissioned to be able to do so. And while gold is beautiful and you can put it on jewelry, Bitcoin is a worldwide currency that can be used by anyone at any time. The idea of buying a piece of gold and buying some candy in a store and chipping off a piece of that gold and then weighing that gold to be able to make sure that you're giving them the appropriate amount of gold for that piece of candy just does not seem logical in the future, which is where we currently are, if you haven't realized, because you're probably listening to me on a handheld device that's made of glass, plastic, and metal. Wirelessly, might I add, on the train or on a bus, once again, wirelessly. So gold is beautiful and it's used in a lot of our electronics, but Bitcoin, even the other, I mean, do we have to get into that? No, never mind. You all get it. No, it's fine. He added that private digital currencies like Facebook's Libra, a stablecoin currently under development and backed by various fiat currencies, will serve as a medium of transaction instead of volatile assets like Bitcoin. Yeah, because it's going to be a stablecoin. Anyway, without having to read much further, because I'm not in the mood. This is yet another. It's worth noting that the former governor of the RBI and one of the heads of the International Monetary Fund, the people who make monetary policies for the world, came out and I guess he tipped his hat lightly in the direction of Bitcoin. Every day now, we keep getting very prominent players who are either really in love with Bitcoin or they're like, it's fine. I think it's going to have a future. When before the idea was that Bitcoin was rat poison squared, an actual quote from someone. Anyway, yeah, of course, Bitcoin has a very bright future. It's not about Bitcoin having a place next to CBDCs. It's about them having a place next to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin in the long run is going to dominate all of them. You cannot continue printing money into eternity, and you cannot simply digitize paper money, which will then simply still allow governments to hit a button and print more of it. That's not how this is going to go. Anyway, that's the RBI Governor Bitcoin CBDC news. And let's move on. And to finish things off, in possibly one of the most shocking news stories of our lifetime, digital currency advocate John McAfee informed all of us, every single one of us, in a recent tweet that he would no longer be part of the Ghost Token project. I know it hurts. It hurts a lot. For one thing, the cybersecurity expert blamed the incompetence of the team behind the Ghost. Meanwhile, the Ghost token dropped by 50% on the day of the announcement. For those of you who have no idea what the Ghost token is, it is John McAfee's attempt to have a private transaction coin of his own. And I'm not sure if I mentioned this when this came out, but I probably did, because I'm that kind of person. And I made sure to note this coin was probably not going to go anywhere, because do I have to say it? We probably all know why this was not going to go anywhere. Just use your brain, and then you'll get there very quick. Precisely, McAfee announced his decision to leave the project on Wednesday, citing management issues. He went as far as saying that the Ghost Token project is doomed to fail without any doubt, and apologized to many people who were led astray. For those of you who don't know, in 2017, McAfee actually used to do a coin of the day on Twitter, where he would promote a coin every day, and he was being paid by companies. So allegedly, we were told he was paid every day between 50 to 100,000 to promote these coins. Nearly all of them, if not all of them, are not around. You've never heard of them, and you are never going to buy into them. So when I heard that he was trying to make another one of his own, because I'm pretty sure there was also a McAfee coin. I'm pretty sure there was. That he was going to be trying to make another coin. I was like, this isn't going to go anywhere because, logic. According to the internet, and allegedly according to what we read quite often, he has a thing with promoting coins, them dropping in price, and then him announcing that they're doomed to fail because that's just how things work. He's done this for many coins, talking about how great, wonderful, and amazing they are. And then when they fail, he's like, I knew it from the beginning. I was never really a backer of said coin. Can you guess the number one coin that he said this for? I gave you a hint. I said number one, it's Bitcoin. He said by the end of this year, I'm pretty sure he said Bitcoin would hit $1 million by the end of this year. He said it about 15 times. And then some term part of this year, he was like, nope, just joking. Gotcha, guys. Bitcoin's terrible. Because, gosh, he said, I'm abandoning the Ghost project. Management is incapable of making a success of the project. It will without a doubt fail. I tried to explain the fundamental principles of management, but they fell on deaf ears. My apologies to those that I led astray. Sorry. If you could all do me a favor, my spidey sense is tingling. I know there's probably one person out there who has Ghost. I'm going to ask all of you collectively, please try to focus on the largest coins, even if that is just you going as far as focusing on the top 50. I think I'd feel a lot better if nothing else. If a coin is called Ghost, if a coin is called YAM, if it's called spaghetti, if it's called cat butt, if it's called anything slightly weird, maybe just stay away from it, because it probably does not have a future. There were a couple of other coins years ago in 2012 and 2013 and 2014 when like the altcoin explosion really happened. And I would have discussions with people as if some of these coins were actually going to make it. And I can't remember the names of a lot of these coins, of course, but they were all complete nonsense. And I used to tell these people, I said, can you imagine going into a store saying, I would like to pay with poop coin? Sorry, sir, we do not accept poop coin. Why don't you accept poop coin? Because it sounds ridiculous. Just something as logical as the actual name. I don't really know. Maybe it's just how I think about things. But we also have tons of other privacy coins that are very popular. And I did not foresee a future where Ghost was going to outpace Dash, Zcash, or Monero. It just wasn't looking logical. Anyway, that's all that news, and let's move on. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. They are Professor Wally from Gunbot University, Snacky Chan, Auspicious Agile and Blockchain, Invest in My Decentralized, Navarro Williams, David James, Attila the Han, Yasha Harari, Oscar Maldonado, Utopia 569, Moonman High, XRP, Joshua Vineyard, Martin Stoyer, Nostromo, John Sarson, The Animal Reader, A Bibliophobia, Todd Mullis, Adam Grasick, Moher Moroni, Master Ventures in Thailand, Jared Schneider, Wise Night Owl, 242 to the World, Crypto Joe, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Cole D, 3D, Damien Set, Suna, Nick Kanai, Richie Richard III, Vlad the Impaler, Paxis, Nick Mangialavori, Anthony Charles, Jim Gardner, Jeremy Fox, Minting Coins, Miller Hitch Test every day, and Kyle Skips Leg Day. Yes to Crypto, Bodie McBoatface, Anytime Fitness, Monk's Corner Staff, ArfMedic17, Bake Me a Cake, Tigera Macho Nisa, On Crypto with Lionel, Crayola Michelle, URL, and Bolero Bastos. Thank you all very, very much for your support. And thank you to everyone who is a supporter of the channel and the other channel in their own way. At the moment, Bitcoin is at 11,000. Okay, it's in green now. 11,773 US dollars. The other coins look like they're trying to move up, but there's a lot of volatility floating around here. A lot of ups and downs in the prices. Chainlink is still number 5. Bcash changed their color. Did I miss something? Wasn't that a different color but like a day or two ago? Anyway, most of the top 10s are in the reds. Monero's green, Neo's green, IOTA's green, Cosmos is green. DeFi. OmiseGO is up by 30%. Has $1 billion worth of trading volume. Well, color me surprised. Also the number 33 coin. I remember about a good 10 days ago, OmiseGO was like number 53. Remember, like it popped into the top 50, and then I was talking about it, and like it disappeared. Couple said, good job for them. I would love if it continues. I repeat, I do still have my OmiseGO. I have not sold any of my altcoins. Quantum is up, and the rest of the market's in red, give or take. Yeah. I do hope that you all, this is a very, very weird news day, and it's just completely out of control today. But never a dull day in the cryptocurrency space. I do hope you all enjoyed. Can you imagine Bitcoin going to one? What would you do if by next year Bitcoin is at $1.6 million? How many people would be angry, and I mean like red in the face, if they focused on other coins and this is not me saying that Bitcoin's going to go to $1 million. On the contrary. However, I say, like, can you imagine how much the world would change if Bitcoin hit $1 million and then went to $1.6 million? Like, we'd be like, why did we even touch altcoins? This is, of course, going into the idea that Bitcoin would do that by next year, but unless you know, I mean, well, listen, the world's economy is kind of in the gutter right now, and unless the stock markets really like start reflecting what's happening in the world and all the other stuff, and if once again, if you haven't been paying attention to what's been happening in all these different countries, I'm not going to even name names, but there's at least 8 that are in the news every day. Inform yourselves so you can really understand why I sit here ranting sometimes because, you know, logic. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that hope is absolutely, there we go. Hope is absolutely fantastic. There we go. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.